Coming up, we hovered around the story on everyone's favorite band Christmas present, learned a little bit about some southern flowers, and we found out that winter finally came in Minnesota, maybe just to leave again. I'm Lauren Griggs, and this is Eagle 7 News.
Now, from the Mel Johnson Studios at the University of Northwestern, this is Eagle 7 News.
Controversy hovers over one of this winter's hottest gifts. Hoverboards are sweeping the nation, but not Northwestern's campus. Eagle 7's Lizzie Earhart has the story.
Hoverboards have become increasingly popular lately, but at Northwestern, they're not allowed. We got the story with Eagle 7. Meet Brett Reinhardt, a Northwestern sophomore. He got a hoverboard for Christmas with hopes of using it around campus.
I guess I was just trying to have some fun with friends because, they're brand new, everyone's kind of getting them, and they're a lot of fun to use.
But last week, Northwestern issued a campus-wide ban on hoverboards. There have now been 12 incidents in the United States of hoverboards causing fire damage to homes.
I got a legit one. I think most of those are kind of fake. I've heard that all the ones that explode are from China.
But as we all know, safety comes first.
I guess it's smart because of all the concerns with all the exploding. I understand where they're coming from because they wouldn't want anything any buildings to burn down because of a hoverboard, so I guess that makes sense.
Both all things considered, hoverboards are still pretty fun to use. For Eagle 7, I'm Lizzie Earhart.
Here's a heads up for students interested in writing. There is an informal lunch with author Jonathan Friesen next Tuesday, January 26th, to discuss how to get published. Jonathan Friesen is an author, speaker, and youth writing coach from Mora, Minnesota. His first young adult novel, Jerk, California, received the ALA Schneider Award. The lunch will be from 11:45 to 1:30 on Tuesday in G205, and all students are welcome to come and go. So far, January has been way too cold for me. Hannah, please tell me that I won't freeze to death this weekend.
Thank you, Lauren. Well, I don't know if you'll freeze to death here, but on the East Coast, they're actually experiencing a huge blizzard with 2 to 3 feet of snow. But that's not the case here in Minnesota. Today, it looks like we're only going to get a high of 19, which is so much better than the negatives that we've been experiencing. For the rest of the week, it looks like we're going to see Saturday, it's going to be 26 and mostly cloudy, so a little bit gloomy, but at least it's not in the negatives. Sunday, it's going to be 33 and cloudy. Monday, 30 with a chance of some snow showers. So if you want to go sledding, get out in the snow, catch some snowflakes on your tongue, you can do that because it might snow. Tuesday, it looks like it's going to be 23 and cloudy. Wednesday, 25 with a little bit of sun. And Thursday, it's going to be 27. Jens, tell us what's happening with the sports.
Thanks, Anna. This past weekend was packed with both men's and women's basketball. The men's basketball team faced St. Scholastica this past Friday. It was a tough game for the Eagles, rallying late in the game, but that wasn't enough as the Eagles lost 81-72. Porter Morell led with 23 points. The next day was a different story. The Eagles found themselves down early to UW Superior. It was a back-and-forth second half, but the Eagles ended up on the winning side with a final score of 87-78. Forward Kyle Ohms led with 20 points and 14 rebounds. Ohms made history that night, joining the 500 rebound club. The Eagles are now 6-2 in UMAC play, right behind North Central. Eagle 7 was there, and we got the story on the winningest head coach in UNW history. Northwestern men's basketball head coach Tim Gross reached another milestone Saturday. He tallied win number 300 at Northwestern with the Eagles' victory over the University of Wisconsin Superior inside the Erickson Center. Take a look.
We really want to use basketball as a way to share the gospel and just pray that Christ works through that in a mighty way. We've always kind of felt that pressure to do well, but really for us it's just being the best we can be. My name goes behind that win total, but there's so many people that go into that. So I was just very humbled, very thankful for everyone's hard work, all the great players we've had here, and just a neat milestone, I think, just for our program.
Also played this weekend, facing St. Scholastica Friday. The Eagles never looked back as they crushed the Saints 74-49 in an intense defensive effort. Eagles' Jessica Cole was on fire. She scored 18 points, including 3 3-pointers. The Eagles also played UW Superior in UMAC's Game of the Week. It was a different defensive battle for both teams, but the Yellow Jackets came out winners, winning 60-50. Regan Cooper led with 12 points and 8 rebounds. The Eagles are now 7-1 in the UMAC, right behind UW Superior. Back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Jens. In case you missed it, a Northwestern alum had a heartwarming idea that received national attention. Instead of throwing shade at Blair Walsh, the kicker for the Minnesota Vikings, Sarah Meyer, a local first-grade teacher, decided to cheer him up after his game-ending kick went wide left in the first round of the NFC playoffs. Meyer had her students write letters to Walsh that showed empathy and encouragement. They contained sentiments like, "You can do it," "We still love you," "Everybody makes mistakes," and "Don't worry about it, you'll get it next time." ESPN, the NFL Network, and the Minnesota Vikings media picked up the story, along with dozens of national media outlets. Eventually, the Vikings kicker himself showed up in Meyer's classroom. Walsh said that he would remember this moment forever. The Patsy Miller Studio Theater is home to smaller productions throughout the year. Up until this week, 6 ladies have been working very hard to put together the stage rendition of Steel Magnolias. For your taste for the finer things in life, Eagle 7 caught up with Casey Manch, one of the cast members, to find out why we should all rush to see the almost sold-out show.
I think that people who come are going to be pleasantly surprised. I think there's a lot of my guy theater friends have been like, I don't know, it's like an all-female show, I don't know about it. And I've told them about the story, and it's just this beautiful insight into just like these people's lives, and I think that that's what theater is it's not this huge spectacle all the time, it's just portraying people's lives and watching them go through painful moments in their life. And I think that this show really encapsulates, I don't even know if that's a word, what theater is and like what we try to do with theater, which I think is pretty cool.
Even though the shows are almost sold out, students can rush the ticket office half an hour before the show starts to see it for only $5.
For next week's podcast, Eagle 7 hits the road. Be sure to tune in next week to see that story. You won't want to miss it.
I'm Evan Hoover with Eagle 7 News, and tune in next week to find out how Northwestern student Austin Bartz and his brothers have gained national publicity for playing in the snow.
Don't forget to check our social media accounts later today for the first Eagle 7 poll of 2016.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe a blizzard's coming for them and then we get like warm weather.
I know.
Yes, everyone needs to stay safe this weekend, but definitely go sledding next week if you can. That's up for Eagle 7 this week. I'm Lauren Griggs.
And I'm Hannah Swanson. Catch you next time, Eagles.